Hello monsters, thanks for coming back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Amy Mercury, the professional monster, because I'm a professional at being a monster. And that's actually what today's video is all about. But before I get into that, I'd like to take a moment to talk about a company I'm currently collaborating with. It's my first collaboration on this channel, you guys. They grow up so fast. Today's video has been brought to you by WAIFU Card Club, created by the same guys behind the Otaku box, who have sent out over 1 million boxes of fun anime merch. WAIFU Card Club is a subscription that sends you exclusive foil cards of cute anime girls every month right to your door. Just select the dual subscription box and you get 10 shiny foil designs featuring gorgeous anime art. You also get an acrylic pen and an exclusive metal card. Plus, with the dual subscription box, you not only get 10 waifu cards with safe for work art, you also get 10 cards with lewd art versions as well. So that's 20 cards in total. Now, all of these cards are exclusive. Every month there are new designs, but if you miss a month, those designs are gone forever. That's it. So make sure you sign up as soon as possible so you can complete your collection. And WAIFU Card Club lets you have a part in the creation process. Subscribers get to vote every month on which waifus get to be in the next monthly drop. So you have a chance to help make your favorite character designs into foil cards. Each box also comes with a certificate of completion showing you how much you've collected this month and your rank. In order to complete the set, and to achieve SIP Overlord status, you will need both the Safe for Work and the lewd sets. So don't wait too long. Go ahead and subscribe to the dual subscription box now so you can start your collection. I'll post a link in the description for you. And as an added bonus, if you sign up under my link, you'll also receive this exclusive card here. And come on, she's awesome. Totally the vibe of this channel, right? And as for me, I'm very excited to start my collection. But I may need to take these cards to my monster lab for further study. WAIFU Card Club, guys. Subscribe now. Naturally, I get a lot of questions when I call myself a monster. And I get it. Being called a monster isn't usually a good thing, and is typically used as an insult. But I have decided to reclaim it as something positive, something both affirming and empowering. And since we're in the middle of spooky season, now seemed as good a time as any to talk about it. First, let's take a look at what a monster is. The dictionary definition of a monster is a non-human creature so ugly or monstrous as to frighten people. Any creature grotesquely deviating from the normal shape, behavior, or character. I'd like to focus on that last part, deviating from the normal. That right there, I think, is at the core of what defines a monster. Something that exists outside the norm and as a result challenges the status quo. Let me explain. For as long as I can remember, I have always been attracted to the monsters of fiction, ranging from the sympathetic grotesques like Quasimodo, to the romantic anti-hero of the Phantom of the Opera, to the undeniably villainous darkness in Ridley Scott's Legend. I love characters whose stories are steeped in nuance. Monsters are creatures who exist in the gray areas of both reality and morality. Perpetrators of heinous acts, but victims of their own circumstance. Their behaviors inexcusable in and of themselves, but their motivations understandable. Now, it's reasonable to attribute my interest in monsters to empathy. Numerous times in my life, I have played the monster, which is another reason why I call myself a professional monster. It's because I've spent a lot of time being one. And sometimes I deserved it. Sometimes I didn't. Often touch-starved, misunderstood, or lonely. I understand how misery can make monsters of us all. There is, however, a certain freedom in being a monster. A monster may be going against the grain of society standards, but that also means he is not beholden to them. I highly doubt Count Dracula was particularly concerned that the stuffy citizens of Victorian London found his behavior eccentric. A monster is viewed as the perpetual villain, deserving or otherwise, who does not need to conform to society standards to be what he is. A hero, on the other hand, has an obligation to live up to his people's expectations, lest he lose the title of savior. Personally, I think that sounds like an awful lot of responsibility. So being a monster means to rebel, to exist within the morally detailed areas of the psyche. Anyone familiar with Maurice Sendak knows that a monster is just as playful as he is mischievous. There is a certain childish whimsy in the monster, a refusal to deny the wild thing within all of us. But beneath the grotesque and the absurd and the nefarious and questionable, there's something undeniably appealing about the monster. When you go to see a monster or horror film, who are you really there to see? Just being honest, most of us don't really care much about the kids in the Nightmare on Elm Street films. We want to see Freddy Krueger do terrible, creative, but terrible things on screen. When we watch pretty much any version of Frankenstein, we're not there because we actually care that much about Dr. Victor Frankenstein himself. We want to see the monster he created. So people may act like they hate and condemn the monsters, but they're still the stars of the show. The entire plot of most monster films would not exist without the monster. And this channel would not exist without all of my lovely subscribers. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and click the little notification bell so you won't miss out on any of the monster fun on this channel going forward. There's a phrase that goes around social media every once in a while that says, "You're always the villain in someone's story." And you know what? It's not wrong. No matter how nice and careful you may be, there's probably someone out there who still curses your name. Just ask my exes. Monsters just don't bother to deny their own villainy. Honestly, a lot of them do the things we wish we could do. Whether it's the creature from the Black Lagoon carrying off an attractive brunette, or the beast telling his beauty that she must stay in his castle forever in exchange for her father's freedom, there's just something, well, it's their wickedness which makes monsters so appealing. Let's face it, virtually anything fun always walks on a thin tightrope of propriety. Now, I'm not saying go out and do horrible things just because you feel like it. Obviously, I would never tell someone to do that. You should always try your best to do the right thing. All I'm saying is that there is no reason for you to deny that you're an imperfect being too. Often it's your flaws, while inexcusable to some, to others may be incredibly appealing. Nor should you feel the need to hide your true self for fear that people will judge you. I doubt Count Orlok in Nosferatu really gave a damn what others thought about him. He let that freak flag fly. Okay, I get it. Count Orlok is not a great role model, and there are probably situations in life where being truly honest and open about who we are, not the best idea. But neither of those are the point. The point is that monsters don't deny what they are, and they certainly don't deny themselves a good time based on what other people think. And neither should you, because unlike Count Orlok, none of us are immortal, and we should all strive to make the most of what time we do have. Alright, sometimes a monster is just a monster. Sometimes there's no real reason behind their bad behavior. But I don't think that is the case all of the time, or even most. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, monsters are made, not born. But sometimes I think someone gets labeled a monster just because people don't understand them, or because they are daring to live authentically, and we all know how that tends to ruffle some feathers. Because while we usually think of monsters as non-human, they simultaneously make us question humanity. I think that's why some people fear them as much as others love them. Questioning our own humanity makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Take Quasimodo, for instance. As the audience, we are appalled by how horrible people treat him in the book just because of his looks. But at the same time, the Hunchback of Notre Dame holds up a mirror to ourselves, and we have to wonder if we wouldn't behave the same way in the same circumstances. In closing, I don't think being a monster is such a bad thing. I've come to wear the title as a badge of honor. At least for me, how I see it. If you're not going out of your way to harm other people, and all you're doing is living your best life authentically, and yet someone still calls you a monster, there's a good chance you're doing something right. And nothing pisses off the self-righteous more than authenticity. So yeah, I'm a monster. And I hope I'll always stay one. Maybe those of you out there watching feel the same way. Don't be afraid to embrace the monster once in a while. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what I do and want to support this channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, if you want some official professional monster merchandise, check out my Redbubble page. There's a link in the description. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, bye-bye.